The South African University of Johannesburg hosted the second BRICS Innovation Challenge, a UJ BRICS summer school hosted by the Pan-African Institute for Thought and Conversation and the College of Business and Economics at the University of Johannesburg. They provide a platform for students to showcase innovative solutions that align with entrepreneurship and digital innovation, this being in line with the BRICS Plus development agenda. For more on this, we joined this afternoon by Cecil Masoka, Acting Chief Director for Overseas Bilateral Cooperation at the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation, responsible for the BRICS Cooperation on Science, Technology and Innovation. A very warm welcome to Africa in Business. Good to have you with us.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Good afternoon to you, Tammy, and good afternoon to your listeners.
So how is the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation supporting the scaling of youth-led innovations like those presented at the BRICS Innovation Challenge? And I guess the focus being really specifically in those areas and in those communities that are currently underserved.
Well, thank you very much. Let me say the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation has been working very hard in developing the overall national system of innovation, and we had to put some institutional mechanisms in place to support the universities and also to support academia in translating their research into innovations that can benefit the society at large. And with that, what we have done in the department is establish what we call the National Intellectual Property Management Office, NIPMO, and these offices, this office is supporting intellectual management in the universities to enable what happens in the universities to be translated into innovations that can impact society. And we have also established what we call the Technology Innovation Agency that provides funding support, especially where you have the innovation that has not received a very early stage ideation level, where it's difficult to attract financing or funding from the private sector or from venture capital institutions. And that's where the Technology Innovation Agency provides financial support and assistance to enable these technologies and innovations to come up to the fore. Similarly with the Innovation Bridge portal, where all of these entities or innovations that are supported across the science system are located and profiled with international interest organizations, with international partner countries that we're working with, and to make sure that they participate in a variety of opportunities to enable them to commercialize the innovations that they have. So we are doing a lot of policy work in making sure that these innovations that are happening far-flung areas, they have a space and opportunity to be profiled, to be captured, to be presented where they will have the opportunities to attract investment, and also to be trialed and see whether they cannot also consider some convergence with other technologies that are happening in other different places of the world, to see whether there's compatibility and convergence, thereby enabling us not only to have a South African innovation, but a South African innovation that's partnering with an international partner, thereby having a much bigger impact, not only in South Africa, but at the world at large.
And it really does remove any sort of constraints and borders. But if you could maybe just give us a couple of examples as we talk specific now in ways that we as South Africa is leveraging the BRICS Plus partnerships to foster these cross-border collaborations among young entrepreneurs as well as innovators.
Well, that's true. We've had opportunities to participate on an annual basis in what is called the BRICS Innovation Challenge, where Brazil on an annual basis hosts the Innovation Challenge. And from the South African side, at a bilateral level, we select the best technologies that we want to profile and showcase at the Brazilian Innovation Challenge. Similarly, with India, we have what they call the Innovation Tech Challenge, and we have our participants from South Africa participating in those initiatives. What we have seen and what we have done also as South Africa beyond this, is looking at establishing what we call the South African National Tech Challenge. Now, this Tech Challenge is going to be established or officially launched during the G20 ministerial in September this month in Pretoria, where the grand prize of 1 million rands will be won by the best innovator. And what we have done is look at the policies, best practices, use cases, lessons learned from our BRICS countries and see how we can improve on our incubators or on our accelerator platforms, technology parks and technology hubs, how we can structure them in such a manner that they respond to the innovations that we're seeing coming out of these institutions.
I mean, we're seeing this partnership, and we're seeing this challenge coming out of universities, and even NIPMO, which you've spoken about a little bit earlier on, focusing on students that are already at the tertiary level. But I wonder how the department plans to integrate digital skills development into the national education curriculum, so that by the time the young people actually get to university, they already have a really firm foundation and understanding of what the needs and the requirements are to be competitive and be aligned and in all instances be future ready for the fourth industrial revolution. If you could take us through your efforts in that arena.
Yes. Well, I mean, firstly, I think we would like, as a department, to congratulate the University of Johannesburg in sort of having the UJ BRICS Summer School. So they have taken, at a national level, a BRICS engagement that happens amongst different countries and as South Africa as a member country, and constructed and conceptualized a summer school that supports students in the university level in profiling them, in making sure that their ideas see the day of light, but they also provide a platform for that to actually happen. We appreciate that a lot, and it means a lot to the department and the other government departments that we're working with. So with regards to your question specifically on the lower level or before higher education, the basic education level, we are working with a basic education department looking at the ways in which we can contribute towards the design of a curriculum that supports the type of skill set that we require in the future. And we have seen a lot of initiatives that were done over the years. One would recall the Naledi schools. One would recall the issuing of tablets to the university, to the school level students, and so on. All of these initiatives, in one form or the other, even though it was more at pocket-sized level and not at national scale, they were meant to, for us to have a sense of, when we pilot these type of initiatives and these interventions, what comes out of that, what is it that we see, synthesize that information, and then inform the type of policy design that we then need to undertake. And similarly, we are also working very closely with the Department of Communications and Digital Technologies to look at the emerging technologies. AI is a very big buzzword, but there's a lot of work that we do in the department. For example, if one takes the high-performance computing infrastructure that we have summer schools around that. We have outreach to the different schooling level. We have an annual conference that takes place all over the country and rotates in different provinces, where there's also an outreach to schools surrounding the conference to understand that it's not only about AI, it's not only about ICT. There's a whole suite of different activities happening that are very critical in these spaces.
And very comprehensive as well. So we thank you very much, Mr. Masoka, for coming through this afternoon and giving us quite an in-depth analysis of the efforts that are being done to make sure that the youth of the country, and indeed the youth in the BRICS countries, are future ready for IR. We thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was Mr. Cecil Masoka. He's the Acting Chief Director for Overseas Bilateral Cooperation at the Department of Science, Technology and Innovation. He's responsible for the BRICS cooperation on science, technology and innovation. He takes us to exactly 10 minutes to 5 p.m.
Annie Kalonji.